Sir, Mr. Gbenga, I've made it.
So, thank you and good morning, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me and you can see me.
I can hear you and we can see you.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Femi, for this wonderful opportunity. I have an allergy. So unfortunately, about 1 hour ago, I got myself exposed to something that triggers a reaction. So, but I know that the devil is a liar. I must be here today. I must share my story. I must share my insight and my tips with every one of you. So I'm sure some of the things that actually struck the MIE's folks when I came around about a few weeks ago was the fact that I just wanted them to see that there's no Superman anywhere. We are all equal before God, but there are some factors at play that makes you to perform or to rise beyond your widest expectation. So some few years back, I started my journey as an MIE person in a CBO. After a few while, I moved on to an implementing partner. Then from there also, I moved to another implementing partner. And then I landed myself in a donor agency space. So what I want us to all know is that there are some principles that it doesn't matter who actually applies those principles, it works with everyone. So the first thing is for you to know what you want and what you don't want. So when I started out, I knew what I wanted. I knew where I was going. So I'm not surprised at where I am. I'm not surprised at where I'm going to be in the nearest future because I have a clear-cut vision of where I'm going. So I'm not afraid to think big. I always tell people, you are going to be wasting your talent and your energy if you decide to think small, because you will think anyway, right? So there's no crime in you thinking big. You need to, if you are thinking and your dream doesn't scare people around you and doesn't scare you, you are thinking small. The things that will be coming out of your mouth and your perspective should actually scare your colleagues. So it's a pointer that you're actually going somewhere. Then also you need to be hungry for success. Then one thing that I was able to discover very early was I discovered myself. So, in the public health space, we have the program team, we have the M&E team, we have the system strengthening team, we have a management team, so it depends on the kind of team. So I was opportune to, before even coming to the NGO sector, before joining the CBO that I mentioned to you, I already completed my master's degree. But I did a self-reflection. While I was doing my first degree, I found out that, okay, I am strong numerically. So it's easy for me to understand statistics and mathematics. So all I did was to look at all my first degree, which of the courses did I have the highest score? And then I correlated with my master's. And I looked, okay, which of the one did I have the highest score? So my first interview into the implementing partner space was for the program position. It was there, while I was there at the program position, that somebody engaged me that I'm better suited to be a research and an MIE person. And then I reflected on that yes, I'm very good in statistics and research methods. So what am I trying to tell you with that story? That you should try and know yourself and then play to the area of your strength. So I don't struggle to understand statistics. I don't struggle to do data analysis. I don't struggle to do research. I might struggle to write a program report or say a lot of stories of how things happened in the field. But that is the area of strength of some people. So you need to know yourself and ensure that you play to the area of your strength. Then another thing that I think has worked for me was that I try to learn from the best. You will see me, my first engagement into the NGO sector, after completing my master's degree, what I did was I downloaded CVs of 20 MIE specialists across the world from the Google. And then I studied these 20 CVs, the skills they know, they have, the things they know and the things they do. And then I developed my own unique CV that is not even, I took bits from each of the CVs and came up with a unique one for myself. And then all the things that they knew that I didn't know, I developed a 6-month plan to begin to know them. How to use SPSS, how to use MS Excel, how to write conference abstract, all those things. I will watch YouTube videos, I will read PDF files to learn those things. And then by the time I got my other opportunity for an interview, I was 6 months prepared for that particular interview. And then maybe luck was on my side. I was able to get the job. And that was my launch pad. So by the time I entered the job, I was already prepared. My first task in the job was to conduct a series of surveys. I've been reading a lot about research, about analysis. So they came in very handy for me to be able to do. So while on the job also, I must confess to you, before I moved to another opportunity, I applied for more than 100 jobs. Probably maybe I got 2 interview calls, and then I was able to get another one after 2 years on my first job. So I will go to people's LinkedIn page. I will read up their profile, people that do the same thing I'm doing, and people that do things that I intend to do. While as a senior officer, I was reading profiles of people that were advisors and managers. So those things, shaped the choices of courses that I wanted to take. They shaped the courses of trainings I wanted to partake in. So also, you need to learn to invest in yourself. I was telling people, I learned the principle from Brian Tracy. It is unfair for you to earn in 12 calendar months and not invest anything back into yourself. So there's a principle of reinvesting in yourself about 30% of what you make annually. I remember a particular international M&E training that I embarked on after more than 1 year that I've been in the role as a senior officer M&E. It cost me my full 2 months salary. So for 2 or 2.5 months, I was starving, but I invested that in me. I must confess to you, there was nothing significantly different for what I've been doing for the past 1 year that they taught me in that course. But what? That course gave me certification, and then I met high network individuals. I met people that were in other organizations apart from my organization that were doing better things than I was doing. I met people from USAID, people from other countries in that particular training. So my network expanded. So I didn't have any problem. When I'm applying for, I know people to use as my referee. So it shows my network, how expanded my network was. Then also, don't be afraid to fail, because I told you, for me to move from my first major job in IP to the second one, I sent out like about 100 applications. I didn't get more than 2 or 3 invites. And then I got one offer, which I moved on to. So I mentioned some of the things you gain when you go for international workshops and courses is the quality of the people that you meet. It's not just about meeting them, it's about having good relationship with them. I'm sure that Femi, I'm not sure we even spoke more than 3 or 5 minutes, but I'm not sure I was in the organization for more than 3 hours, but ever since that time that we met, I know we exchanged numbers and we've been friends. You know, we've been contacts. So with what I know that he's doing now, it's difficult. If he wants me to do a reference for him, I know what he does, I know what he has done. I can be his reference. And then also, if there's something I need him to do for me because of the kind of relationship we've struck, just by meeting ourselves. So there's something they call performance currency, relationship currency. We need to learn how to use those things. It is not enough for you to be good. People need to know that you are good. So in some sphere and some spaces, the kind of job they will give to you is not because you are good or because of your track record or because of your wonderful profile. They will need to cross-check with people that are of timber and caliber. If you don't know those people of timber and caliber, they can't speak for you. So you need to foster good relationship, make purposeful friends. You need to have a mentor and a role model. So some of the people that you have a relationship with, they will ask questions about you. If they're a mentor to you or you're a mentor to them, they will be able to speak for you. Then your role model also will be very important in shaping. For example, my first role model in the development sector, we were in the same organization together. My first organization, the first IP. She has some kind of unique character, so nobody wants to be a friend. But you know, I don't hold any grudge against anybody. I was the only friend that she had. Our friendship didn't last more than 2 months when she requested that, okay, that she wanted to have a look at my CV. We sat together. She helped me to do she pointed some things to me on my CV. And then, do you know that in less than 1 month, she moved from our organization to WHO? But that friendship stuck. Every other place that I applied to, I made that my referee. In fact, when I wanted to switch, it was later I discovered that the organization that I switched to after my first IP experience, I'd applied to the organization for like 4 times. I didn't know that when I wanted to apply for that second one, I made a referee as a way of courtesy. I mentioned it to her and I shared my application to her. But she was friend to the director in that particular organization. I didn't know about it at all. She gave a word on my behalf. And then, so I didn't know that it was a word that he gave on my behalf that gave me the platform to be able to even surface. So when I surfaced, my performance currency needed to come to play. And that was what won for me. But if someone had not spoken for me, probably they didn't know me. They wouldn't have actually shortlisted me. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to expatiate on the reason why you need to develop good relationships and make purposeful friends in your journey, your career. Have a mentor. Have a role model. I've said it, you need to attend seminars and workshops for networking purposes and for dating what you already know. Then you need to be teachable. You need to have the willingness to know more every time and every day. So to conclude this short talk, I apologize I'm not at my best because of the allergy that I reacted to, but I need you to know that there's no limit to how much better your life can get. People that are doing greater things, they don't have 2 heads. They didn't come from the outer space. They are from this particular. But I must leave to you that you need to be intentional. You need to be deliberate. You need to be strategic. You need to be analytic. You need to have big picture in your mind. You need to do things in a very calculative way. You need to be a no limit thinking person, because the only limit that you have in your life is a limit that you permit in your mind and your thinking. I believe that if you can think, you can become it. Like I started with, extraordinary people are ordinary people, but they have extraordinary determination. They don't allow failure to determine their trajectory. they take their destiny into their hands. And I know that you can take your destiny into your hand. I hope that my story has been able to inspire you, because if I can do it, you also, you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please, can we have you?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again, sir. Before I go deep into maybe questions, I did not tell you Mr. Gbenga actually works for CDC, that's for Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And I can bet you, look, this that you have heard is just little from what I've learned in the past 2 years.